The department store mannequin is Anne Francis staring through a plaster death mat. The nuclear apocalypse shook on Springs because explosions cost too much. These are 20 hidden details you completely missed in the Twilight Zone. Number 20. The final moments of the After Hours slowly zoom into Marsha White's frozen mannequin face. That face is not Anne Francis. It is a plaster death cast made from her skull. Makeup artist William Tuttle and sculptor Charles Schramm created life masks of actors, cast them in plaster, painted them with acrylic, then mounted them on mannequin body. The other mannequins were living actors standing still, holding their breath. Look at the final close-up. It captures Francis's bone structure with forensic precision, but has waxy stillness. Despite starring in Forbidden Planet and Honey West, Francis said fans approached her most about this episode, but the death mask was not the strangest casting decision ever made. Number 19. Henry Bemis breaks his glasses and the world ends. Burgess Meredith could not see through the prop glasses either. Production used 2 pairs. In close-ups, he wore magnified Coke bottle lenses that rendered him blind. He physically could not navigate the set wearing them. In wider shots, he switched to clear lenses so he could walk. Watch when Helen rips pages from his poetry book. His glasses slip and fall, mirroring the finale. The nuclear explosion was filmed using springs. Cinematographer George T. Clemens mounted the vault set on springs so camera and set shook together without expensive effects. Springs and fake glasses were luxury compared to what they did with other movies. Number 18. The alien spaceship and The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street is stock footage from Forbidden Planet, played backwards and upside down. Cayuga Productions ransacked MGM's prop warehouse. The Conomet boarding ramp in To Serve Man is the C-57D retractable stairway. Death Ship reused the actual Forbidden Planet spacecraft prop. Robbie the Robot made 3 appearances across multiple seasons. In Third from the Sun, the spacecraft interior is the C-57D bridge, including the glass dome. The same dome reappears in Hocus Pocus and Frisbee. These sound effects were later adapted for the USS Enterprise bridge in Star Trek. MGM extracted every dollar from expensive science fiction investments, but recycling props was nothing compared to recycling monsters. Number 17. The Doctor's turning to reveal pig faces in Eye of the Beholder wear prosthetics made from leftover Morlock parts from the time machine. When makeup artist William Tuttle said full prosthetics for 12 actors would be too expensive, director Douglas Hayes spotted unused Morlock appliances and suggested they paste pieces on. Tuttle created 3 mold variations using foam rubber latex, 2 male with different brows, 1 female with upturned nose. Each used 2 pieces covering brow, nose, cheeks, and upper lip. All share the identical upturned pig-like nose. For Maxine Stewart's bandaged face, they created a pre-molded foam mask that could be slipped on each morning, but the real trick was hiding them until the exact right moment. Number 16. Every doctor and nurse speaking warmly to the bandaged patient was chosen by voice alone. Douglas Hayes auditioned them with his back turned. He wanted only sympathetic voices. If they sounded cold, audiences would suspect the twist early. He cast radio actress Maxine Stewart because her voice did not suggest a beautiful girl, but a harsh, realistic woman. This made Donna Douglas's unveiling genuine surprise. In every pre-reveal scene, no face is shown straight on. Actors pass at exact moments cameras would reveal them, or step behind pillars. Doctors wear no prosthetics in opening scenes, only lighting and angles. The camera work is meticulous, yet brilliant blocking could not save what happened when budgets collapsed. Number 15. The lateness of the hour, static, and The Whole Truth look flat and gray. When season 2 went over budget, CBS ordered 6 episodes shot on videotape using 4-camera technique. Total savings was $30,000, roughly $5,000 per episode, less than the cost of one regular episode. The primitive format created distinctive gray halos around moving actors. No technology existed to cleanly edit videotape in 1960. Episodes were shot in sequence with minimal cuts. These 6 are immediately identifiable by flat soap opera lighting and complete absence of exterior location. They look like a different show. Rod Serling called them neither fish nor fowl quality. The experiment was never repeated, but other compromises cut deeper. Number 14. The creature tearing apart the airplane wing in Nightmare at 20,000 Feet is Nick Cravat, uncredited former circus acrobat and Burt Lancaster's performing partner. He was hired for athletic ability to perform on slippery elevated wing while battered by wind and rain machine. The suit was off the rack from MGM costume. Writer Richard Matheson was appalled. His story described hideously malignant face with grimy skin. He got what he called a surly teddy bear. Director Richard Donner compensates by showing the gremlin only in fragments through rain and shadows. Sharp-eyed viewers can spot Cravat's shoes beneath the costume. The limitations became became advantages. Obscuring the costume's weaknesses created more fear than a detailed monster suit ever could. But the gremlin costume survived. Number 13. On the final day of shooting Nightmare at 20,000 feet, William Shatner and actor Ed Burns staged a fake fight on the airplane wing. Director Richard Donner looked up to see Shatner knocked off the wing, falling 40 feet to concrete. He ran over in horror, but it was a dummy. Rod Serling spent 3 weeks coordinating with Western Airlines to place a giant gremlin poster outside writer Richard Matheson's window seat mid-flight. When engines started, the poster blew away. The prank never worked. The shoot was grueling. Donner crammed 3 days into 2, filming through the night because the set was needed next morning. Pranks were luxury when entire episodes needed rebuilding. Number 12. After the first cut was assembled, Rod Serling was horrified. In a letter to author Damon Knight, dated October 12, 1961, he wrote that To Serve Man turned out bad, a combination of horrible direction and faithless script. He and producer Buck Houghton ordered reshoots, with second director James Sheldon filming additional scenes. The final episode is patchwork footage from 2 directors. Production cost was $61,119.59. Transitions between core scenes are noticeably abrupt, particularly the jump from Chambers discussing his planet visit to the book reveal. The most famous twist nearly failed completely. Deleted footage was screened at 2007 Mid-Atlantic Nostalgia Convention, but never released. Remaking bad episodes was straightforward compared to making good ones without scripts. Number 11. The Invaders runs 25 minutes with 0 protagonist dialogue. Director Douglas Hayes cast Agnes Moorehead because she performed the one-woman radio play Sorry Wrong Number. He said this would be the opposite side of the coin. Moorehead studied under mime Marcel Marceau and chose to play the part like an animal under attack. Her movements become increasingly feral. The silence is structural misdirection. Because she never speaks, audiences cannot determine what species she is. Watch Moorehead's physicality shift from human to feral. The miniature spacemen are department store toys. Writer Richard Matheson hated it, saying the spacemen were about as frightening as Peter Rabbit, yet it is routinely ranked among the show's greatest episodes. Number 10. There is a 5th dimension beyond that which is known to man. Rod Serling's original draft said a 6th dimension. Producer Williams self-questioned it. Serling did not know. They rewrote it. The pilot was originally narrated by Westbrook Van Voorhis, rejected as too pompous. CBS pursued Orson Welles, but his fee was too high. Serling wanted Richard Egan, but Egan's contract prevented it. Serling was miserable on camera. Director Lamont Johnson said Rod would sweat and sputter and go pale. He went through absolute hell. Serling does not appear on camera until season 1 finale, where a character addresses him by name. Watch for his tight-jawed delivery, the manifestation of camera anxiety. Number 9. The 4-note guitar riff is television's most recognizable theme. Romanian-French composer Marius Constant was hired by CBS to write stock cues for a flat fee of a few $100s. When CBS needed a season 2 theme, music director Lud Gluskin spliced together 2 unrelated Constant cues. First 9 seconds from Étrange number 3, remaining 21 seconds from Milieu number 2. Constant did not learn his music became the show's signature until years later. CBS owned all rights. He received no screen credit and no royalties for 5 seasons or decades of syndication. Season 1 episodes feature Bernard Herrmann's completely different original theme. Accidental themes were nothing compared to deliberate lies that kept the show alive. Number 8. The Carousel, the Bandstand, the Small Town Frozen in Time. Rod Serling's daughter Jodie confirmed this was his favorite episode because it was very personal. Fictional Homewood is Binghamton, New York, particularly Recreation Park with its real carousel, operational since 1925. Serling made annual solo pilgrimages to revisit his childhood house and ride the carousel. The entire exterior was built using standing sets from Meet Me in St. Louis on MGM Lot 3. The carousel chase uses deliberately tilted camera angles requiring separate setups. After the carousel accident, all light diminishes, leaving Martin's face isolated by theatrical follow spot. In 2024, a 6-foot bronze Serling statue was unveiled in the real Recreation Park. Number 7. Season 5's budget was slashed so aggressively that producer William Frug purchased U.S. television rights to Robert Enrico's 1961 French short film An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge for $20,000 to $25,000 plus $5,000 for filming Rod Serling's introduction. Compared to average $65,000 production costs, the purchase saved nearly $40,000. The film had won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. After airing on the Twilight Zone, it won the Academy Award for Best Live Action Short Film. The visual style is strikingly different from any episode. Loose naturalistic French New Wave cinematography, handheld camera work, ambient sound design. The contrast with surrounding season 5 episodes is jarring, but some episodes stayed lost for different reasons. Number 6. The Encounter stars George Takei and Neville Brand in an attic. The only original Twilight Twilight Zone episode pulled from US syndication. The script inaccurately implied a Japanese American aided the Pearl Harbor attack. The Japanese American community lodged formal complaints. CBS removed it after the May 1st, 1964 broadcast. It did not air again until SYFY's 2016 New Year's Marathon, a 52-year gap. Nearly the entire episode takes place in a single attic, creating intense claustrophobia. Takei's performance is remarkably nuanced given the problematic script. This episode was literally invisible to audiences for half a century. Multiple generations never saw it. Other episodes generated backlash too, but the deepest secrets were not what got banned. Number 5. My Name is Talkie Tina. The prop was built from a briquette doll made by Vogue Doll Company, a non-talking doll. The talking function was modeled on Mattel's Chatty Cathy, but producers could not use actual Chatty Cathy for trademark reasons. Legendary voice actress June Foray voiced both the real-world Chatty Cathy and Talkie Tina. She was uncredited. Bernard Herrmann's minimalist score uses only solo bass clarinet, 2 harps, and celesta. In the garage scene where Telly Savalas attempts blowtorch destruction, the flame extinguishes because Savalas' fingers visibly release the trigger, an unscripted detail adding psychological ambiguity, but voice acting secrets were surface level compared to what was happening with writing credits. Number 4. The credit reads, written by Charles Beaumont. It was actually written by Jerry Soule. Charles Beaumont, one of the show's 3 core writers with 22 credited episodes, was suffering from pre-senile dementia during the show's final 18 months. The disease aged him so rapidly that at 38 he had the appearance of a centenarian. Friends ghost wrote scripts under his name to keep income flowing to his family, a Writers Guild violation done from loyalty and compassion. Soule ghost wrote at least 3, Living Doll, Queen of the Nile, and The New Exhibit. Compare early Beaumont episodes with late credited ones. The prose styles differ because they are different writers. Beaumont died February 21st, 1967 at age 38. Number 3. Death's Head Revisited needed to depict a concentration camp. The budget could not accommodate building an original set or filming in Germany. Producer Buck Houghton discovered a 4-sided frontier fort constructed on the MGM backlot for an unknown Western pilot at a cost of $150,000 to $200,000. It had never been used. Houghton said they had to take doors off the hinges and put some dust around. Study the camp set. Its straight wooden walls and symmetrical construction betray its origin as a Western fort. Rod Serling broke his closing narration formula, stating that all the Dachhaus must remain standing as a monument to when some men turned the earth into a graveyard. His voice audibly tightened. Number 2. The Twilight Zone exists because Rod Serling was systematically censored. In 1956, he wrote Noon on Doomsday, directly based on the 1955 Emmett Till lynching. Sponsors and CBS moved it to New England. The victim became an unknown foreigner. The word lynch was excised. U.S. Steel removed Coca-Cola bottles, believing they had Southern connotation. In 1958, A Town Has Turned to Dust was forced 100 years in the past. The victim changed to Latino. In April 1959, sponsor American Gas Association demanded all gas chambers references be removed. Actor Claude Rains' voice was audibly muted on live television. 10 days later, The Twilight Zone premiered. The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street is explicit McCarthyism allegory, but Serling's greatest trick was what he said off-screen. Number 1. In the 1959 Mike Wallace interview, Rod Serling claimed The Twilight Zone would be strictly for entertainment, that it does not use scripts as vehicles of social criticism, a deliberate smokescreen. His wife Carol explained there were so many taboos and censors, but sponsors did not understand what he was doing. One sponsor reportedly called the agency Monday mornings, demanding to know what Friday's script had been about. His daughter Jody said networks did not interfere because they did not realize what her father was conveying. Serling said it was all right to have Martians saying things Democrats and Republicans could never say. The obsolete man attacks totalitarian censorship. These scripts passed review because the network could not decode science fiction as social criticism. The Twilight Zone you know is surface. Beneath lies a show nearly killed at birth, resurrected as mid-season replacement, kept alive because sponsors could not decode what it was saying. Every frame is negotiation between vision and constraint. Creative desperation transmuted into art. Which hidden detail surprised you most, and what film should we open next?